The next question for the Magnificent Seven is about reacclimating after the through hike. Was it a challenge for you to reacclimate after completing your through hike of the Appalachian Trail?
So, reacclimating back to reality after doing a through hike. For me, when I first got back, it was pretty tough because I was moving back in with family. So I was moving into a house that wasn't mine and a bedroom that wasn't mine. But at the same time, that helped me stay, keep my mind busy. When I first got back, I had 3 weeks before I started going to work again. So that was actually nice. Now that I look back at it, it was nice to have that little bit of, buffer time to readjust, relax, recover. But then once I started working, I had that motivation to buy another house and get into my own place. And now that I've done that, and the new home ownership starting to wear off, now it's getting hard again. So I just gotta stay busy, plan the next vacation, the next trip. As you get older, that's what you realize life's all about, is traveling and experiences. So me and my girlfriend are going to be looking forward to planning our next trip together.
So was it hard to readjust to getting back? A little bit, I think. I think I was quite lucky. I had 2 weeks at the end before I flew back to UK to have a bit of a holiday in the States. I stayed with various friends around Washington and New York, and I had a few days to myself pottering around. That was quite useful for a bit of decompression and reflection. I think that's quite important. Try and build that into your timing. I appreciate your families and friends will be eager to get you back as soon as you can. But if you can give yourself a little bit of time between, I think that helps, because you've just got to think about what you've just done and readjust a little bit. Coming back, I think I haven't been hiking since, which was a bit weird. Short hikes, local hikes, but I haven't been out properly into the mountains. I was quite lucky. I got a 3-month job. I just sort of came my way, and it's a very enjoyable role I'm currently doing to the end of November. And that's helped me because I think it's just got me back into my old network, and it's given me a focus. It's kept me busy. Don't be surprised, I think, when you get back if you've lost a bit of your mojo, particularly doing physical exercise, because you want to take a break. You'll probably quite enjoy sitting on your sofa watching a bit of rubbish TV because it'll be a novelty again as opposed to a time filler. But I think it's probably just getting that mojo back to get back on and start hiking, running and biking, or whatever it is, the things you normally do.
As for me, reacclimating back to the life after a trail, now I didn't think it was all that hard. Now, before I had got done with trail, probably about 2.5, 3 weeks before I finished the AT, I did go ahead and start applying for, job, talking to my old boss lady and everything, and was talking back and forth. I had something other to go back for. I had a job to go back and to go into. I just had to reapply and wait for the hiring process and everything. So it was not that hard. Now, I've never liked crowds, and I still don't like to be around a bunch of people. That has not changed any. And it took me a little bit just to get back to where you get acclimated back in with your family. I mean, after 5 months of not having, a lot of people around, it does take effect on you. But I didn't go through no kind of post-trail depression or anything like that. I believe that I've acclimated in fine. I do look at life differently than what I did before. I saw a post the other day, create a life that you don't need a vacation from, and I love that. And I know that I'm a whole lot less stressed than what I was before, so I'll take it.
Reacclimating after the trail, that was something that was really tough for me.
I think it was very different for both of us.
Yeah, we had two totally different experiences.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it was 2 weeks maybe. So we first flew to family and friends, and on the way back to Florida, we stopped in different cities and areas, so we were kept busy most of the time. And then I immediately had to go back to work. So work really kept me busy. I didn't have too much time to think about it. That wow, what we've just done, and to kind of process it. It was really just right into work mode. And I think for you, it was a little different, right?
Yeah. I was not working, and we had sold both of our cars before we left for the trail, so all I had was an electric scooter to get me around. Every day I woke up and I went to the gym at some point during the day, and that was basically it. And it was really frustrating.
Yeah.
You have so much adventure and so much freedom on trail, and then to come home and just
Sit around.
yeah, it was really hard.
Yeah. It was hard for me then too, coming home and
Yeah, you'd be home and you'd be tired, and then
and you just wanted
I'd be
to do
frustrated
stuff.
that you didn't want to do anything with me, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
That was tough. And now I
so
think
it wasn't easy.
I think now once we moved from Florida to Germany, now we're here for 3 months on training with our current jobs, and I think that keeps us busy. We don't really have too much time to
Yeah.
think
Now
about
that
it.
now that we're working again, it's been a lot easier. But you know, every situation is different.
Yeah.
So for us too, we had a really big change of scenery. So I think that helped too, because I think no matter what, once you finish something as crazy as through hiking, it's gonna be tough to just slide
To the
back
same
into your
thing.
old life. Yeah.
Doing the same thing again, I think that's tough. I don't think I could have done that.
Yeah.
I would have immediately looked at the PCT or some other hike. But I think just having goals for right after the AT and steps is really something that helps, and yeah, should be planned already while you're on your hike, you know, to have something
Lots of time to think.
yeah, have something lined up.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Everybody, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're catching this. Hey, Bearded Frog here. I got another answer to the question that you're all wondering. Was it challenging reacclimating to life after the trail? Yeah, I think this is going to be different for everybody. I did have some challenges, and you know, my challenges were more acclimating to home life. After being in the mountains and walking the trail for 5 months, 151 days, wow. You develop a routine. You know, you're getting up at the butt crack of dawn when the sun shines into your tent, or it's just so cold. You want to get moving. So you develop this technique or this set of routines through the day. Your breakfast and your coffee, and you're moving, and you're taking a break, and you're filtering water, and it's repetitive. But the routine is healthy for you. Once you develop this, it takes a few weeks. And coming home, I didn't have a routine. I was no longer working, semi-retired, if you will. I wasn't sure if I was going to go back to work or what type of work I wanted to do. And so I would say for almost a month, maybe even longer, a month and a half, I was kind of lost because I didn't have a routine. I enjoyed eating. I enjoyed catching up and meeting people, seeing people I hadn't seen in a long time. But really, my mind was on the trail. I was deeply involved in social media still. Every chance I would get be on my phone, checking out the Appalachian Trail hikers, people that are summiting, Instagram, seeing everybody's progress. You really want to cheer them on. And that part of it's exciting, but it didn't make acclimating back to home life very easy for me. And I still felt a little distant from my wife and my kids. My kids are older, but they would come around, and brief interactions with them, and I still felt really distant. And to be honest, still today, I mean, we're talking months later, I still feel really distant from my wife still, because that trail life had such a significant experience for me, and she was not completely integrated into that experience. I just didn't put her in my day-to-day every day, even though we did speak and all that kind of stuff, and gave her status updates, but we had grown somewhat apart, and that part of my life has been a challenge. So if you're going out there and you're married, on the trail, you definitely want to make sure that you're touching base with your spouse, your significant other, if you have that. Try to incorporate them into the trail, and when you get back, be present. Kind of shelf that for a little bit and rekindle that relationship. That's the advice I would have to anybody that's out there through hiking, if you have a significant other out there. And a routine. Be quick to establish a routine. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but once I started looking for positions and jobs, getting into that habit, getting on LinkedIn and this and that, and career links and those kinds of things, I started to develop a routine, and then eventually I did get a position and start working. That definitely helped reacclimate to things, but it's still been a slow haul. It's been a long haul, actually, just reacclimating still. So take your time. Don't pressure yourself. You're gonna feel a little bit of depression, some frustration. You feel like you just lived your best life. It's not behind you. Your best life's always ahead of you. That was just a significant accomplishment, and you're gonna have more of those ahead.
For me, reacclimation was very difficult. I had a very hard time, especially the first week, but it took a while. The first week I really didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to socialize. I didn't want to talk. I just felt this sense of loss. I grieved the experience being over. I was happy to be home in every way, but I was grieving the loss of being immersed in nature 24 hours a day, every day. I was grieving the loss of knowing that I wouldn't see my tramily again, or that it was highly unlikely that I would. I was grieving the fact that when I came back, I didn't have a job to come back to. So I think part of me was grieving that. When I dropped off Cup of Tea in Portland, Maine, that was when it really hit me. I didn't talk to my husband. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I was extremely disconnected. I didn't engage at all. Of course, it got better over time, like everything does. I think everybody consistently says that you got to keep busy. The busier you are, the more you have some sort of structure, the better it's going to be. Staying active is really important. I wasn't able to be active because my body was so broken down and I was still healing. So I couldn't experience activity. I was missing my tramily. I was just sitting and thinking, and that was the worst. So I think staying busy, staying active, staying connected to people, having people around that you can talk to when you're going through that is important. When I did want to talk, what I wanted to talk about was my through hike, because that's what made me happy. It was tough. I was over there this morning. Holy cow. What a beautiful day.